Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today's video is, well, if you've been following the channel at all, thank you, but you know that we sold our house and we're living with my parents until our house gets finished, which hopefully will be towards the end of August. But so today's video is random knives I found in my dad's house. And there's some of these I remember, but most of them I don't ever remember seeing them in my entire life. So it'd be interesting. So we'll move all this around. We'll go through it one at a time. So first we'll start off with, we got this knife at a National Wild Turkey Federation event. It was like you buy the knife and you get your name in a drawing for something else. I don't remember what exactly it was, but so this is a fixed blade knife with a pretty good sheath, leather belt, or leather sheath with a belt loop. So here is the knife. National Wild Turkey Federation there. Their logo right there. That's the only markings on this except for right here where it says stainless steel. So I have no idea who makes this knife, where it came from, made in America, made in China, no idea. But it is a full tang drop point knife, and it is heavy. So I have my kind of go-to bushcraft knife is my Condor. And this is so much heavier than that Condor. The spine could use a little work if you want to throw sparks off of it. I mean, you know, maybe touch it on a grinder a little bit just to get that edge going, that 90-degree edge. But I feel like this would be a tank batoning wood just because of the weight, the heft of it, the thickness of the spine, full bevel, full Scandi grind, pretty heavy knife. I mean, and it feels solid. Like it feels like it could take whatever you dish out. I'm gonna have to take that in the field and try that. I totally forgot we had that. Next up is even a bigger mystery than that one. It is comes with leather sheath, belt loop, and a buoy shaped blade that has had some use. I don't know if you can see the grind marks on it, or the sharpening marks on it, but it is also a full tang blade. It's a bigger blade, longer anyway, and about half the weight as the other one. I think that's from the wood, and the blade's not as thick. The spine on it's not as thick as that one, but it is very comfortable in the hand. Could use a little touching up. It's got a little burr on it. I think we used to use this to clean deer. I think. Don't quote me on that. It does have a choke up on the blade a little more control. That's what makes me think we used to use this as either a skinner or a processing knife for deer and stuff. But I like the way the buoy blade looks, but not so much the functionality of it. It's okay. If that's what you got, that's what you got. That's the best knife ever, if that's what you got. But I prefer the drop point for bushcraft or anything like that. But that elongated tip on that would be a good skinner knife. A little big, but you know, like I said, you could choke up on it and be just fine. I think that's probably what we used it for. And then next up is just the most random thing I thought I would ever find. It is a folding saw. It is a Camco. If you can see that right there. They are the official sponsor of Bushmaster. So I don't know how old this thing is. I have no idea. Never seen this before in my entire life. It's got some pretty good teeth on it, which tells me it hasn't been used very much. Very lightweight, very comfortable. It's got the rubber molded handle. Blade's got a good flex in it, so it's not going to snap. But it does not lock going down. Lock's coming out. Got a release button, but it does not lock. So I'm not touching any buttons or releases or anything. So to me, that's kind of a downside, just because that could come back to bite you in certain situations, literally bite you. But I had no idea he had this. I kind of like it though. It's very lightweight. I might steal that. It does have a pretty good spine on it, 90-degree spine, so you could hit a ferro rod. I do not know if this is high carbon, so I don't know if it will work with flint, but I'm not very good at that anyway, so it very well could. Even if I tried it very well could, and I'm not good at that. So, and next is another weird one. It is a Milwaukee. Fixed blade Milwaukee. Have no idea if it's full tang or not. It's if I had to guess, it's probably rack tang. And it's got the pommel on the end of it, but it's got weird angles to it, so I don't know what you'd use that for. But the handle is very comfortable. It got some jimping on the handle and the blade, thumb jimping, so you can kind of, especially on the blade side, you can kind of get down in there. As you can tell, I don't think this knife's ever been used, so God knows what he bought it for. My dad he's kind of like me. He just, you get a wild hair and he'll buy something, probably never use it again. Probably didn't even know where this was in there. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little knife. I imagine it's probably fairly inexpensive as far as fixed blades go. So if you're trying to get into the fixed blade, outdoor knife thing, but you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on lower price point, this would probably work. Don't know offhand how much it costs, but this comes with a plastic sheath that locks in pretty good and has a belt clip on the back. Only thing I can think of why Milwaukee would make a fixed blade knife, maybe for sheetrock or plumbers, sheetrock guys, anybody, electricians, anybody that's cutting into sheetrock or cutting it. I can't imagine what else they would need. Milwaukee would produce that for. It's kind of a weird one. I was pretty thrown off when I saw that, but it is what it is. And next up is this is a knife set, I guess, from National Wild Turkey Federation. We're usually a sponsor. My business usually buys a table there, or I do, I guess, every year. And each year they have different kind of knives and giveaways, and like you buy X amount of tickets, you get a knife, or like the full tang knife is, they only have so many of them, like 4 or 5 knives, and they auction them off in a live auction, and that enters you into a drawing for usually something pretty nice. But I don't think this was one of those. I think this was just maybe we won it in like the raffle or whatever, but it's a pretty cool little deal. It is by Habitat Hunt. This is a little Skinner. It's got finger trails right here for both fingers. Get up in there. Super sharp. Roto-molded handle, or rubberized handle. It's not going to slip and your hands get all bloody and slippery. This is definitely a skinner. Do not use this to try to break ribs with or bust through a pelvis bone or anything like that. It's definitely a skinner. And this one is your workhorse. So there's a habitat hunt. We've got the gut hook, jimping on the handle and the blade again. Stupid sharp. Let me see if I can find a piece of paper. This is probably the sharpest thing he owns, because it won't cut the paper. Okay, that was a little bit better. So, yeah. I did not do a very good job there, but it is crazy sharp. Once again, same rubberized handle, a lanyard hole on the end of it just for extra security while you're, busting and going through bone, muscle, tendon while you're cleaning an animal. Got a gut hook on it. Pretty nice little setup for both of them. Really, come with pretty decent nylon sheath. It's pretty heavy duty. It's got rivets. And it's sewed together, so I like the sheath as well. Unfortunately, like I said, this has never been used because we haven't been able to go, or we haven't gone deer hunting lately in the past few years. We kind of switched more to the waterfowl world, but we still have all that stuff. And you could use that to clean duck breast, stuff like that. Next, let's do this one next. So this is a Gerber. Actually, I think it's a Gerber. Hang on. Yeah, Gerber Hatchet, camp hatchet. How the hell do you get this off of there? There we go. Camp hatchet. Nothing too crazy. It's got a lot of weight to it. You got the hammer on the back. Obviously, hatchet blade on the front. That needs a lot of love. Wow, that's pretty dull. It's kind of embarrassing for him. But I have one almost like this one. Almost. Mine's a little lighter. It has a plastic frame. It doesn't have the rubberized plastic on here. On this one does. And this one, so see here on the end of the handle, flip that up, and inside of here is a little skinner. Actually, you could use this for several things, not just a skinner, but processing down tinder. You kind of get it going with a hatchet, get it cut down, and then hit this with some feather sticks. Crazy sharp. Jimping on the thumb gives you really good. You can choke down on it really good. You get a lot of control. And like I said, it packs away super neat in the handle there. You would have no idea it's there. And just in case, you have this, let's say you're on an ATV or whatever, it didn't jiggle loose, come out, you lose your knife. But this one's been used a little bit. I know for a fact we've used it to cape some deer, bust through that chest plate, stuff like that. But these are handy. You're not going to chop down a tree with them. You could do a little bushcrafting with it, get some saplings, stuff like that, build you a little shelter. But you're not going to do anything crazy heavy with that right there. But they are, when you need them, they are super handy to have. Lastly, is definitely the oldest knife here. It is the Uncle Henry. Do not know which model this is of the Uncle Henry, but this thing is old. So your main blade You can see that there. I mean, tip's been broken off and, you know, reshaped. You can see the sharpening lines. You can see how much of the actual material has been removed. How much blade has been taken up from sharpening. Gets used quite a bit. And then along with that one is here, and it's kind of the same thing. Not sharp at all, but you can see how much it's been used, and these are pretty easy to sharpen. They take an edge really well. It's actually, so Uncle Henry, I don't know if it still is a Schrade product. Just like the fixed blade knife, it's a Schrade product. I'm gonna say these are probably not real antler, but they might be. I don't know. You know, like I said, I don't know how old this is. I found this in a box in my dad's like hunting room, and just thought they were pretty cool. I'd show you guys what I had, or just kind of what I found laying around. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you're not subscribed, please do. Give me a like. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you have any idea who makes this knife right here, please let me know, because I have no idea. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll see you on the next one. God bless.